Corporate Goals and Strategic Gap. We all know implementation planning assists individuals and organizations with creating plans, putting them into action and getting results. In order to activate strategies and projects effectively, it is important to employ an implementation plan that maintains goals and achieves desired end results. In this lesson, we will define the meaning corporate goals, explain the meaning of strategic gap and how it hinders the achievement of corporate goal, and enumerate the significance of Porter's generic strategies and its utilization in achieving the corporate goal. After going through this presentation, you should be able to explain corporate goal, management-induced gap, process-induced gap, technology system-induced gap, and Porter's generic strategies. Goals set by an organization are specific, quantifiable targets that it commits to attain in order to achieve its corporate mission and objectives. Essentially, when an organization sets its specific goals, it is saying, we need to achieve these specific targets in order to successfully achieve the mission and objectives of this organization. In fact, goals are the translation of the mission and objectives of the organization into specific, quantifiable terms against which results can be measured. For most of the organizations, profitability is the main goal. Maximizing shareholder value, risk, and other goals like high productivity, good organizational leadership, high morale, good organizational reputation, high organizational efficiency, profit maximization, organizational stability, value to local community, and service to public. Strategies, as discussed, are plans, big plans and important plans. They show the general direction in which the organization would achieve its goals. Strategies emerge from goals. Oxwell corporate goal is water for life, water for all. Management can cause a gap between strategy and execution through both action and inaction. Four main ways management causes this gap include failure to secure support for the plan, failure to communicate the strategy, failure to adhere to the plan, failure to adapt to significant changes. First is failure to secure plan support. The senior management team must develop a strategic plan with objective goals, strategies and tactics that everyone supports. If people do not accept and support the plan, they are unlikely to put in the right amount of effort to make it succeed. Second is failure to communicate the strategy. Operational managers and their employees are typically the people within an organization who implement strategy. Third is failure to adhere to the plan. Operational managers focus on financial variances that do not relate to the specific strategic initiatives outlined in the plan. To put things back on track, the accounts becomes the target of any decision rather than the agreed on action plans, which may have long been forgotten. Fourth is failure to adapt to significant changes. Continuing to follow a plan when the basic assumptions on which it was founded have changed makes no sense. Unless plans are modified to reflect changes to these assumptions, the result will be the strategy gap. The traditional processes an organization uses to implement and monitor strategy are the second set of strategy gap causes. Once a strategic plan has been researched and created, what happens next? How is the plan translated into action? How are the organization's assets allocated to the various strategic initiatives? How is progress monitored and the success or failure of tactics measured? For most organizations, the key tool used to implement strategy is the annual budget. while the processes of actual reporting and forecasting are used to monitor achievement. But the way in which these processes are approached can lead to the strategy gap. The objective of any process will determine what gets measured, by whom, and how far in the future. For most organizations, budgeting is an annual process that follows the strategic plan, and it is a process that just takes too long. An organization's financial results are the outcome of its strategy implementation or lack of strategy implementation. To ensure that strategy is being implemented, actual reporting needs to compare performance by strategic initiative and to check that any external assumptions made while planning still hold true. Without this strategic external view, decisions will be based on a view of performance that is too narrowly focused, and the strategy gap will develop. The third area that causes the strategy gap involves the traditional systems used to support the planning, budgeting, forecasting, and reporting processes. Issues include fragmented systems and misplaced dependence on enterprise resource planning. Fragmented systems in most organizations, planning, budgeting, forecasting, and reporting are treated as separate, disconnected processes and supported by different technology solutions. In fact, these processes are all part of the much larger process of strategy implementation. Strategic planning, budgeting, forecasting, and monitoring actually are all part of the same process, moving an organization towards its objective. Most existing management systems do not allow changes to be made easily. Systems tend to report from one perspective, usually accounts down the page and time and version across the page, with each page representing a cost center. Misplaced dependence on enterprise resource planning, a second system-induced gap, can be caused by the reliance some organizations have placed on their enterprise resource planning (ERP) systems to implement strategy. At first glance, such reliance seems logical. Before ERP, the processes that made up the supply chain, order entry, inventory management, billing, accounts receivable, and others were separate functions supported by multiple standalone systems, often running on multiple technologies. Each part of the process could be owned by a different department or operating unit. Porter specifically warns against trying to hedge your bets by following more than one strategy. One of the most important reasons why this is wise advice is that the things you need to do to make each type of strategy work appeal to different types of people. Cost leadership requires a very detailed internal focus on processes. Differentiation, on the other hand, demands an outward-facing, highly creative approach. So when you come to choose which of the three generic strategies is for you, it's vital that you take your organization's competencies and strengths into account. Use the following steps to help you choose. For each generic strategy, carry out a SWOT analysis of your strengths and weaknesses and the opportunities and threats you would face if you adopted that strategy. Having done this, it may be clear that your organization is unlikely to be able to make a success of some of the generic strategies. Use 5 forces analysis to understand the nature of the industry you are in. Compare the SWOT analysis of the viable strategic options with the results of your 5 forces analysis. For each strategic option, ask yourself how you could use that strategy to reduce or manage supplier power, reduce or eliminate the threat of substitution, and reduce or manage buyer or consumer power. Now let us check if we have understood the various concepts discussed in this lesson clearly. Operational managers and their employees are the people within an organization who implement strategy. Right or wrong? Right. Strategy is inherently action-oriented. It concerns what to do, when to do it, and who should be involved. Right or wrong? Right. Failure to effectively communicate strategy and how well or poorly it is being implemented will result in high productivity. Right or wrong? Wrong. Before we end, let us briefly revise what we have studied till so far. Forecasting technique in which the difference between the desired performance levels and the extrapolated results of the current performance levels is measured and examined. A corporate goal is an observable and measurable end result having one or more objectives to be achieved within a more or less fixed time frame. Management can cause a gap between strategy and execution through both action and inaction. The traditional processes an organization uses to implement and monitor strategy are the second set of strategy gap causes. Most existing management systems do not allow changes to be made easily.